Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato, and here we check out the latest and the greatest strategy games each and every day of the week. Today, we're checking out F1 Manager 2024. This is a brand new management game. Quite literally brand new. And it is all about managing and hopefully creating a successful race team. Anyway, let's jump into things and see what we have got going on. Now, as we do so, I should point out that this video has been sponsored by Frontier Developments, so thank you very much to them for sponsoring this video. Let's see what F1 Manager 2024 has got to offer. So, first things first, we're going to set up our brand new team. And of course, we're going to go, I don't know, Spud Supreme Racing. Cool. All right. Spud Supreme Racing. All right, that's cool. We'll leave that as it is. There's a couple of different sort of origins that we can sort of select from. We're going to be selecting origin number 1, which will allow us to create our entirely own team, which is very, very cool, and it's like the first time that you can do it in the series, which is kind of neat. But yeah, there's also a whole bunch of other sort of like different little teams that you can get set up. Anyway, starting balance, grand. Facilities, grand. We're going to leave this as is. We're going to leave sort of everything in the middle to give us a little bit of a challenge. We're also going to sort of select our 2 drivers. Do I have any particular preference on the drivers? Sure, let's go with Daniel Ricciardo or Bottas. We could go with Bottas. Let's go with Bottas for our first driver. And I tell you what, let's go with Daniel Ricciardo for our second. We can indeed sort of, we can get the big boys if we really wanted to, but I think something middle of the pack is pretty reasonable. You can see that there is a financial sort of figure associated with everyone here. So the bigger the boy, the more expensive it gets to keep him running. We've also got a whole bunch of staff that we can choose for our team. I'm happy with this. Let's just move on. Okay, next thing up is we need to select the powertrain. There's a whole bunch of different stats down the right-hand side. And in fact, we're going to get very, very deep into the whole sort of like management granularity of, you know, all of the different sort of aspects of all of these different things. For example, the Ferrari powertrain. The Ferrari powertrain has lower fuel efficiency but more power than the Renault powertrain. The Honda RBP. That's a mouthful, isn't it? It's got maximum power but lower on pretty much everything else. But it also finished first last season. Let's go with the Honda. Let's go with the Honda one. That's what I think we're gonna do. Okay, and then, which is frankly the most important part of any successful racing team, we get to design the car, the suit, and the logo with our team colors, which is pretty darn fantastic. Now, I've got my classic Orbital Potato colors that I think we're going to pull out for this one, which are, you know, something like that. That's pretty decent, and maybe let's maybe a lighter green. Yeah, it's like a swampy green. Cool. I'm fine with that. Okay, the car, yeah, there's a couple of different presets that we can have for the car. We can also design our own one, which we will discard, we will edit. Do I particularly want to change things? I mean, I do want to change things, but I'm also not overly concerned. I do kind of want to just get to the driving and the racing, but it's also very, very important that we get some nice. Look at that. It's these colors that are going to make us go faster in the races. Okay, apply changes, save design, grand. Let's move on, shall we? Fantastic, great. We are happy with that. Let's get out of here. Okay, driver suits. You know what? We'll leave the suits as is, or at least we'll choose a preset. Let's choose a preset that roughly looks like what I'm going for. Sure, nice orange one. That looks nice to me. Okay, great. Happy days. And our logo. Let's get something that looks vaguely potato-y. That looks vaguely potato-y. It looks like a modern potato, which is what we like to see. Okay, apply changes, exit editor. Brilliant. Okay, this is us. That is an absolutely atrocious looking car, but that's okay. Next, team principal. Let's go with the Orbital, and then surname. Potato. Grand. Okay, we're going to jump in as an experienced manager. However, first-time manager walks you through all the sort of tutorial stuff, which is absolutely grand. Card development, we can choose sort of difficulty settings here. I think we're going to leave it on standard just for now. Let's jump into things. Spud Supreme Racing. Let's see what we have got in store. Okay, so yeah, this game goes real deep into all of the sort of elements of driving and management that you would expect in an F1 game. A couple of things that I want to sort of chat about down here before we move on and actually get into the racing, which is kind of the biggest deal. We got a little calendar here, upcoming events, sponsor negotiation, very important. I mean, if we take a quick little look, at finances. At the moment, we got 30 million in the bank. 30 million seems like a heck of a lot of money. It's going to disappear quite fast. We have a season objective to have a 5th or above finish. Long-term objective is to be a podium contender, which is quite nice. We've got an inbox here, grand. Mark all as read. That's literally what I do on all my emails, but that's fine. Sponsor negotiation coming up, and then we've got the Bahrain Grand Prix coming up on the 29th of February, which is a leap year. That's either very lucky or very unlucky. We can have a little look at all of the sort of the stats of the circuit. And look, this is where you're going to start to see how crazy things can really get. But either way, we don't really need to worry about that too much. Let's press on to the happy days. Overall rating increased. Fantastic. The skill level of our driver increased from 58 to 49. That's exactly what we like to see. Let's press on. Let's get all the way up to the preseason testing results and to the sponsor negotiation. Very important. Why is it very important? It's very important because money is very important. Now, we can kind of choose here the different sort of elements of our sponsors. They kind of have different packages, whether or not they give us cash up front, whether or not they give us cash through engagement. We'll talk about that in a little bit, or whether or not they give it to us on the race day. Now, the problem with this is that the performance reliance is very high, i.e. we need to win and do well in order to get money from these guys. But you know what? I'm going bigger. Go big or go home. That's what I say. 51 million. We'll do it. We can also choose like additional sponsors as well. Some of these guys have some requirements in order for us to get the money. We've got mandatory activities here. We'll see what that means in due course. But you know what? I think we'll just select any of these guys. That's fine. Either way, that's going to be able to hopefully bump up our total funding. We've now got a really decent split between upfront, engagement, and race day, and I am happy to confirm this. This is good. Money. Branding, yeah. I mean, do I want to adjust this? I mean, I probably don't. All of my sponsors have sort of appeared on here anyway, so that is grand. Okay. Cool. Okay, sponsor plan. Yeah, so this is going to allow us to create a engagement plan over a 6-week period. Now, this engagement basically guarantees us money. Now, we don't have any mandatory activities at the moment for this specific plan, but basically each and every activity has a cost. Everything in Formula One and indeed life is about trade-offs, right? A race day appearance by our Car 1 driver is going to be good. However, it means that the driver's performance rating is going to go down, presumably because he's going to be chatting in the paddocks or, distracted because he's engaging with the sponsors or whatever, or the media. So we just need to think about all of this. For example, engineer's promotional tour. That's not too bad. Engineer team size is going to be reduced, but at least it doesn't have a sort of knock-on impact to the drivers. Either way, we've passed the engagement threshold. We've got more than 3,375 engagement points, which means that we are all good, and that will absolutely be fine for the plan. And we're going to be able to get a little bit of extra cheddar on the side, which is perfect. Okay. The race weekend is 5 days away. I don't think that there is actually anything else that we super need to cover. I can check my inbox. Welcome to the 2024 season. That's fine. You're introducing me to key staff. Mark all as red. Don't particularly need to get distracted. Okay, let's press on to the race weekend. An important email has arrived. Not a problem. The aerodynamic testing regulation period. How many aerodynamic testing hours we have left for the wind tunnel? Okay, that's cool. There is a whole sort of development. There is a whole sort of development aspect to what we can do in this game here. I mean, these are all aerodynamic parts, I believe, or the chassis, front wing, rear wing. This is aerodynamic. I mean, we could try and design a better rear wing if we wanted to. Wind tunnel hours, increase the number of wind tunnel hours. We have a very limited amount of of hours to do. Drag reduction. I mean, we're talking absolutely, minimum stuff here. Design focus, attribute focus, balance, drag reduction. Do we want to focus on getting drag reduction? Do we want to focus on the DRS delta, downforce, medium, high speed performance? Let's keep it balanced. Let's keep it balanced. We'll confirm. And oh my goodness, let's pay 1.8 million literally to tweak the front ring, the rear wing even, and it's going to take 44 days. That is absolutely crazy. That it's so unbelievably expensive. But the point is that that's what you can do. Let's not worry about it too much. Let's press on to the race. So, the season starts on the Thursday. We've got an inbox, excellent strategy prep. Yes, we'll deal with that in just a sec. So yeah, we've got the season that starts today. On the Friday, we've got round 1 of qualifying, we've got round 2 of qualifying, and then we've got the race day on. Oh no, we got the race day here, sorry, and then we've got qualifying all of today, which is grand. We've got practice, which I believe is happening or will be happening right now, and then tomorrow, as I say, qualifying, and then on Sunday or Saturday we've got the real race, which is grand. Okay, the other thing that I should point out is that my drivers are pretty happy at the moment. There's these little smiley faces. There's a mentality hub at the moment, and this is basically, I suppose, is like the mood of the entire team. We can see at a glance who's positive, neutral, negative. Somebody's negative. My head of aerodynamics is negative. He's demoralized because of, because of me, the team principal. But also car performance is our biggest issue. But you know what? Let's not worry about that. Biggest issue, the drivers overall. That's the team result. I honestly think that we can make a really big difference here. You're worried about the drivers, team principal. You're unhappy with the drivers. Don't worry about it. The drivers just need to show them. They just need to be themselves. We need to win a few races. We need to do what we need to do. Okay. For each race, we can set ourselves some targets. So for car 1, which you'd hope is our better driver, 10th or higher, we're going to get ourselves a reward. 12th or higher, we're going to get ourselves a slightly smaller reward. I think we can do 10th or higher, to be honest. I think we can do 10th or higher. I really do believe that. Daniel Ricciardo in the second car. Let's maybe say 13th or higher. Let's say 13th or higher. That's fine. All right. It's time to get down and dirty on the racetrack.
F1 is back, ladies and gentlemen.
F1 is back. Okay, we're gonna skip that because I want to get into the race. But the point is, oh boy, oh boy, there's a lot to go into here. So we have got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday's the big day. We've got qualifying 1, 2, and 3 on Friday, and we also have practice sessions. Allow the teams to fine-tune their cars setup. That's grand. That is cool. All right, my drivers are both happy. My cars are both good. The cars are obviously untested at the moment because this is the first day of the season. But that is fine. Let us go to practice. And I think, to be honest, for the first one, we're going to manage this session. Now, I don't want to manage every practice session because, quite frankly, quite frankly, a practice session is just that. It's just a practice session. Yeah, we can do what we want. Now, we got a leaderboard down the left-hand side here. We've got even more information with regards to standings, lap history, tire history, events, reports, etc. All of that over there. And then at the top here, we've got prediction for weathers, cars, car condition, track details. There is as much information as you could possibly ask for. Now, let's unpause and let the drivers out. Sure, we're gonna send Bottas out. Boom! Look at how good that looks. Amazing. Okay, and then we should. There we go. Amazing. Away you go. Brilliant. So the whole point of this is to try and acclimatize the driver to the track. Occasionally we'll get these radio checks. Good stuff. Excellent. Okay, so now that we've got the car out on the track, there's a couple of different things that we can do. We can take very, very granular control of exactly how this car operates. I mean, not necessarily driving it, but we're able to set how aggressive the car is. We're able to set the fuel rates. We are able to set the ERS, which is I think it's the electronic recovery harvesting. You harvest energy and you can deploy it and you can use batteries. This is a very technical sport. I gotta be honest. I am very in awe of it all. It really is quite incredible. Right, let's get Ricardo out as well. Let's get as many people out as we possibly can. Right. I mean, we're not really hoping for a specific time. We're just sort of hoping to have a little bit of a. We're just hoping to have a little bit of a test. Now, let's speed things up. 4 times speed, grand. How long does this last? I mean, not a hugely long period of time. It lasts an hour. Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, so we can go up to 16 speed, and we can get through the hour. Now, occasionally events will happen up here. We can have a little look at the replay. What's happened? Ah, you've spun out.
Yeah, I spun.
Yep, you did spin, buddy. Congratulations. Or commiserations, even. Okay. So, who are we competing against? Well, quite a lot of people. We are currently 1.4 seconds behind the leader, Perez, I believe. We are currently in third. It's not too bad. And we're doing good. Now, this doesn't necessarily sort of factor into account all of the sort of different deep level of strategies that you can deploy in Formula 1 with regards to the type of tires that you decide to use and when you decide to pit. That is going to be coming, but it's going to be coming on race day. However, this, that being said, I feel like pretty confident. I'm roughly like right in the middle of the pack. I feel like I've got a decent team here. We're not super testing the big boys, not quite yet, but at the end of the day, I'm okay with this. Hopefully we can maybe improve our times just ever so slightly, but that is fine. Right, how are we doing tire-wise? If I click through to here, we can actually see at a glance how our tires are doing. We're on hard tires. That seems fine because this is a practice session. But for qualifying, okay. Bottas is having problems with the car. Clearly, that is going to be a bit of an upset. Okay, we'll address that. We'll address that in due course. But the car's looking completely fine. Car's looking completely fine. Either way, this is just a familiarization. This is just a couple of familiarization rounds. That's not a problem. We are all good. Okay, I think that's enough of the practice stuff. I think for the other practice stuff, I'm just going to simulate it. So let's skip forward to when I do actually just simulate it. Okay, practice number 1 is down. We were driving on hards. Everybody else seemed to be driving on soft tires. Certainly the boys at the front were driving on soft tires. That's not necessarily a problem. So what happened? Well, drivers became acclimatized with the track. They know about the car a bit more. Setup satisfaction, that is basically how satisfied they are with their capability to drive the car in its current configuration. We'll maybe talk about that in a little bit. But for now, let's head on to practice number 2. I could change things up. I could leave them on hards, leave them on mediums. I think we'll put them on mediums because honestly, we don't want to be using up too many of our tires. I feel at this stage. Let's head into the session. And honestly, we got a couple of different options here. We can simulate the session, the specific session. We can manage the session as we did before. Alternatively, we can simulate 2 qualifying, and we can just say, hey, do all the practice runs, get acclimatized, get the car set up as much as you possibly can, and then let's take over when it gets to qualifying. Thank you very much. We're going to jump into the qualifying round number 1. How are we looking going into the race? Driver confidence is medium, almost edging up to somewhat competent. The car is set up in a really, really, really decent way. We're obviously going to be rolling on soft tires, which traditionally, or I would say always, have more grip. We're going to manage this session because I really want to qualify. Okay, so qualifying in F1 is, from my understanding anyway, it's all about getting the fastest lap time, and the fastest lap time will basically determine your position on the starting grid. So what we're really looking for is just the fastest lap. That's really what we want to do. Okay, grip, expected traffic. There is going to be a little bit of downtime here, but honestly, we're going to send out both of our cars as early as we possibly can in order to try and get as much sort of track time as we can. We'll keep an eye on things. Nothing too, we don't want to push it too much. Also, I'm noting that there is a little bit of rain that is going to be coming down, or probably going to be coming down. Potential chance of rain here. Not loving that, but that's okay. If we get out with the soft tires right now, we can make that happen. Right. Grip is going to be looking good throughout the duration because these are soft tires, and soft tires are very, very weak, but we're only going to go around for a lap. I think the reason that those cars are sort of driving side to side is because they're trying to heat the tires up. They're trying to get the car ready. And that's looking good. Okay, if I want to take manual control, we can do that. That's exactly what I was chatting about earlier. That is the sort of the pace settings. We are in conserve at the moment. We're in conserve for fuel, and we are in conserve for ERS as well. That is going to change, or it's going to be changed manually as soon as we get to the starting line, or close to the starting line, and we will tell our cars to flip and just push it. Right. I strongly believe. Okay, let's push it. Let's go all in. Deploy. Okay. Overtake available. Let's go. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the fastest. We're looking for the fastest lap that we possibly can get. And because we're the first car out, I mean, whatever happens, we're gonna have the fastest time. We're gonna have the fastest time in the pack, but that doesn't matter. Also, it looks like things are dry. Things are holding up, which is quite nice. Right, let's go into 2 times speed. We can watch the car zip around the track. And in fact, let's go into 8 times speed. Hopefully, there's not too much of an impediment to us. Looks like we're pretty much smooth sailing the entire way through, which is grand. There's about 1 million different ways that we can look at this race progress, which I actually love. It looks so good. It really does. Hey, look at that. Get the camera. Mom, get the camera. It's happening. We're at the top of the leaderboard, probably for the only time you'll ever see me up there.
You can go to Delta, keep it negative on iron.
Cool. All right, that was pretty good. I felt like that was a really decent lap.
Understood.
Okay, cars coming in. We're happy with that. So we do a lap to warm up. We do another lap of our fastest possible, and then we do another lap to get back to the paddocks, and we'll get the car back in. Cool. All right, some other times are starting to come through, middle of the pack. That's where I would expect to be. Okay. We can reconfigure this car, which is what we do in the practice sessions as well. We can say, hey, let's switch on over to some new fresh tires if you want, or indeed there's some wet tires that we could put on if indeed it was raining, which it's not. We can change the car parts if anything gets damaged. There's front wings, rear wings, etc. We can change the angle of the front wing, which I don't particularly want to do at the moment, but we can actually go into much more sort of like granular detail, much more granular detail of the car setup when we're in practice. And time to configure is because the car is going to be refueled. Okay, let's reconfigure it and then pretty much just immediately send it out. Let's go. We'll reconfigure you. You're pretty much optimal in terms of everything in the car setup. There's a little bit of braking instability there, but that's fine. It's going to take you no time to reconfigure either, and we can get Ricardo back out on the track as well. So as long as it stays dry, we are absolutely grand. I will say I am very, very happy with our times. This is looking and feeling very, very nice indeed. Yeah. There we go. Bottas is absolutely going for it. Driver confidence is peak. Look at that. Look at that. Brilliant. I tell you what, these guys have had an absolutely fantastic. Let's reconfigure. Let's go again. Let's go again. Immediately out. We'll see if we can try and get one more lap in. Reconfigure. One more test lap in. I doubt we'll manage to get it completely finished. We're probably pretty darn close to being able to get the car out. But hey, look, this is gonna be good. Whatever happens, we've got our times locked in, and I am not too unhappy with that at all. Nice little improvement in time from Bottas there. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, driver confidence is in a beautiful place. Honestly, keeping the team sort of pepped up and in a good state of mind is probably like the most important thing. Because if the drivers believe that they can win, then they're going to win. Okay, so after qualifying results 1, we move forward, which is grand. Look at that, 9th and 12th. That's pretty darn good, to be honest. That's pretty darn good. Okay, so we got qualifying 2, qualifying 3, and then we got race day on Saturday here. Now, I don't think we are going to be... I don't think that we're going to be doing... I can actually just simulate straight to the race. Simulate straight to the race. Let me know how those qualifying sessions go, and let's get down and dirty with a big old F1 race. Okay. So, strategy. The thing is, you have to pit at least once. We've got a couple of different options. We can decide to pit twice. We can decide to pit only once, but we definitely have to pit. There's a couple of different strategies that we have. We can create our own strategy. This is starting with softs, medium for the center, and then softs to finish off. What do I want to do? I think we'll do... I think D. I like D. I think softs at the start, and then, you know, wear them down a little bit, and then mediums a little bit harder. I think I like that. I think I like that just a little bit more. Yeah, and let's keep both cars on the same strategy. Says it's untested, but we can be fairly confident that it's close to what Bottas likes. Okay, let's jump into things and manage the session. I would love to manage the session. I would like to see how we are going to do.
New chapter in Formula One as 11 teams line up on the grid.
11 teams on the grid, and one of them is Spud Supreme.
Cars on the grid. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Amazing. Okay. An early 8th place. Very, very nice. A little bit of congestion up at the front of the pack there. Lots and lots of sparks. Ooh. Love to see it. Very, very good. Okay. We fought for 7th. Ricardo's chilling in 14th. At the back of the pack. Not where we want to be. But you know what? The fact that Bottas got out in front and managed to snag a 7th nice and early on, love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Let's take a little look. Let's take a little look at what is happening. Car condition. We don't want to edit the strategy. We're pretty happy with the strategy. But we can change things up on the fly. Absolutely something that we can do. I think clear skies, clear skies. It's going to be cloudy in 11 minutes, but I think we're okay. The chances of it raining, low to none. Okay, somebody overtook us. I'm not going to look at every replay of somebody overtaking us. But I'm not being funny, Bottas. Don't let it happen again. That's not good. That's not what we want. Either way, honestly, as long as we're above 9th, I'm pretty happy. I feel like that's where we should be. I feel like that's where we should be. Okay. Right. Nothing sort of separating the pack at the moment. All good. All good. Everybody is happy. Excellent. Russell overtakes Bottas. Ugh, back down to 9th. A little bit disappointing there. Bottas, what can we do? What can we do to fix you? I mean, maybe we say, hey, I want you to push a little bit more, but then that's going to have a little bit of a knock-on impact on fuel. This is how much fuel we are going to end the race with, by the way. We cannot refuel. What we could say is there are still opportunities here. I think we're going to say, hey, go on the attack, and if we need to pit and use some medium tires earlier, then that's what we'll do. But we've just lost, what, 3 positions there, and I feel like we could absolutely be doing a little bit better. The problem with going on the attack is that it will improve our time. Time goes down, but the problem is wear on our tires is also going to go down, and we will start to see the distinction. Look at that little graph there. The graph is going wild over for Bottas. But on the whole, not too bad. We'll do a couple of laps, see what happens, see where our tires go. We'll keep an eye on the degradation levels. Okay, we're losing places left, right, and center here. Absolutely less than ideal. And we're on soft tires as well, so we should be fighting every single place here. Yeah, Ricardo hovering around 14th there. Not supremely fantastic. Not supremely fantastic at all. There we go. Definitely a fight for 9th and 10th going on for Bottas there. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. Tires are already at 53%. Look at that. The tires have taken an absolute nosedive.
Any feedback on these tyres?
Feedback on the tires?
Tyres starting to drop.
Yeah, tires starting to drop. I think we're gonna have to pull it back a little bit. Pull it back a little bit and just chill out. Yeah, our tires can't be falling. Our tires can't be falling below that threshold before we need them to. It's okay though. Like we can survive. We can survive some tire problems for at least a little while. but we don't want to chance it. We don't want to chance it if we can avoid it. Right. Okay, Ricardo. Yeah, Ricardo fighting for 13th. Good. I mean, honestly, we might end up with a back-to-back finishing here, but not displeased. Driver confidence is good. Ricardo is feeling great. Bottas is feeling very not good. Oh my giddy ants. I don't believe it, but Ricardo is now in 10th position. Okay, that's really embarrassing. Confidence is very high.
Tires still okay?
Tires still okay? Tires are fine. That's what we like to see. Okay. We're coming up at our first pit stop roughly, what is that? 19. 19, that's a couple of laps away. Let's get to lap 19 and we'll assess properly. Okay, everybody else is starting to pit, or at least a couple of other people are starting to pit. We do not need to yet. We're still in a decent position. We're still in a decent position. We've still got a little bit of life left in these tires. Bottas is in a really, really bad place at the moment.
Yeah,
Oh.
won't be long, mate. Okay.
Oh, no. Ricardo has overtaken, but it looks like Ricardo is asking to pit. Tires on Bottas's car are seemingly in a pretty bad place. I think we need to bring you in. I think it's time. I think it's time to pit. We're going to be switching to medium compound tires. Every single race, apparently, you need to have at least 2 different types of compounds. So we've used our soft tires, and now we're going to be using our medium tires. Medium tires are slower on average, but they do last a lot longer. So let's confirm the pit. Let's get you in. Let's get you in. Let's get you sorted. And honestly, I'm thinking that we're probably going to do the same with Ricardo in just a second. Yeah, you're starting to lose some positions. Let's wait until lap 19. Tires are fine. Tires are fine. Let's have a little look at Bottas. Bottas, you're going to go into the pits. And you're going to turn into the Spud Supreme Racing. There we go. See the different color of tires here? Red to yellow. That was pretty good, to be honest. That was pretty good. Okay. Obviously, we lost an absolutely crazy ton of positions there. That's to be anticipated. And in fact, look at this. We could survive. We could survive on this single tire. Last stint of strategy. I thought I did a 2-pit strategy. Either way, we could survive on these tires all the way up to the very end of the race. I don't think that we want to do that, but we definitely could. Yeah. If we're going to, we should probably change our strategy to be a little bit lighter so that we don't end up degrading the tires as much. Daniel over here, you're looking fine. Smooth things up. Your confidence is in a pretty good place. Honestly, my priority is trying to make sure that we support Ricardo as much as we possibly can so that he finishes in a decent place. Right, going into lap number 19, we are going to be ready to pit. Norris has overtaken Ricardo. Okay, optimal lap for pitting. Yes, we're going to do that. We're going to be switching over to medium, and we're going to be moving to the next phase of our strategy. Excellent. Okay, no major milestones that are going to be upcoming, I don't believe, for the next wee while, but I am going to watch Ricardo pits. There we go. Here you come into the pit stop. And hopefully, there's not going to be too much detritus in the way of us. Okay, 2.631 seconds. That's not too shabby. Doesn't look like there's anybody blocking our way out here. That's also great. Let's push it. Okay. Oh. Oh no, what the heck happened there? Crash involving multiple cars. Nico? Who the heck is that guy? Oh, what are you doing? Get this reckless driver off the road. That's honestly the appropriate response.
Not much that the team can do about that one.
Yeah. Well, they could have employed a better driver and then just ensure that he didn't hit me. But the point is, can you see any damage in the car? I'm going to.
Yep, we're checking.
We're checking. Don't worry. Hold on. Back. Can we see aerodynamics? There's minor damage to the front wing. Minor damage to the front wing. Do we need to pit? I don't think we have to pit. I think we press on. It might mess up the aerodynamics a little bit, but oh, very, very low confidence. Oh, you're not enjoying it. There's an investigation, no penalties given. Are you kidding me? I don't believe it. Okay, well, we're gonna keep an eye. We're gonna keep an eye on the minor damage. If it becomes more substantial, we'll take action. But that's fine. It might impair Bottas's ability to drive a little bit. Maybe a little bit more challenging to drive the car, but that's okay. Driver confidence is just very, very low. Yeah, on the whole, personal best sector 3, and somebody overtakes you. Yeah, not good. We need to be getting better at overtaking everyone here. This is not so hot. Yeah, I think I'll leave these tires. I think I'll leave these tires on Bottas, to be honest. I don't think it's actually going to make a huge difference, but I think we're gonna run Ricciardo with the strategy that we sort of planned straight from the beginning. The big 3-banger. We're gonna run the tires down to right about lap 40, and then Bottas, I think we're gonna maybe play a little bit safer on the tires. Maybe in 10 or so laps, we'll switch the wear and tear down just a little smidge, and we'll try and savor that sweet, sweet rubber compound just a little bit more. Either way, I think we're fine. I think we're doing not too bad. I mean, we're not expecting to be right at the very front of the pack. 12th and 13th is honestly a pretty decent place to be. How's Ricciardo's confidence? Ricciardo's confidence is in the mids. Bottas is very low. But at least that front wing doesn't seem to be doing too much. It doesn't seem to be doing too much damage to the times, which is great. Which is really, really good. Okay, we're gonna switch the tire strategy up a little bit.
We are ready.
Understood.
Okay, we are ready to pit. We'll wait another couple of laps. The reason being is that I want to run these soft tires pretty hard. I want to run them as hard as I possibly can.
Just a tyre update.
Tire update? What's the tire update?
Yeah, there's a bit in it, but to be honest, when I push, I can feel it start to wear.
Okay. All right. That's fine. We're okay with that. Let's change.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Let's change that. So we'll see if we can try and eke out a little bit more out of these tires, but we'll take it easy. Alternatively, we could change the front wing. We could change the front wing in. Cornering speed is down. Replaceable during season, yes. I mean, we could definitely change that. We could definitely change that if we wanted to. But no, I think we'll keep you out there for now. We'll get Ricciardo ready to pit. Going into lap 40. One more lap. And then we'll get We'll get these softies on. Excellent. Okay. Good.
Okay,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yep, understood.
All right. And then I think we're going to try and push the soft tires as much as we possibly can. How's Bottas doing? Those tires are fine. Those tires are fine for now. Tires are totally fine. Have you pitted yet? Yes, you have, because you've got red tires on. Nice. Okay, let's run the tires as normal for now. Run the tires as normal for now. And then we will adjust and get more and more aggressively focused the closer to the end of the race we actually get. We've got 15 laps to go. Very, very close here. 12th and 13th overall. What did I say our objective was? 10th. You know what? I take it all back. Sometimes you just got a feeling. I got a feeling that we need to switch into softies. Let's pit this lap.
And we are boxed this lap. Copy box.
Let's get it done. Oh yeah, can I change? Yeah, change car parts as well. I should do that. Total pitting time is going to be 30 seconds. Estimated pit stop time is going to be slightly longer, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay, let's see how this goes. Cornering time is going to be improved, but it's going to be at the expense of about 10 seconds of changing time. Yeah. A long pit time. Crash involving multiple cars. Oh, we like that. Oh, it's a Red Bull car as well. Oh. Oh, not a huge accident. That's not a terrible car crash, I must say. But there was a yellow flag for it nonetheless, so pretty decent time for that to happen. Okay. We're in position 18 with Bottas. It's time, my dude, to step up. It's time to step up the on the tire front. We're also going to push it. We are going to do deploy on the ERS strategy as well. It's time to hustle. Yeah. Okay, let's go. We'll keep an eye on the tire situation, but I'm pretty hopeful that that we'll be able to get a little bit of extra value out of this. Right, it's time to push. It's time to push on the fuel as well. Bottas overtakes. That's what we love to see. We're gonna have to be careful. Jump back into neutral. Fuel, we're going to have to jump back into balanced in just a second. After this number gets a little bit lower. Because we don't want to be left without any fuel at the last lap. Let's push into balanced at the moment. Deploy on the ERS strategy. Bottas is gaining places. Look at that. Driver confidence is low, but getting better. This is the dregs of the match, the dregs of the race at 15th place. I'm telling him to push it, though. And his tires are capable of dealing with the strain.
There's a yellow flag now.
A yellow flag? That's okay. So no cars can overtake, but that's fine. It gives me an opportunity to catch up with the clowns in front. How's Ricardo doing? Any chance of an overtake? Almost certainly no.
Yeah, everything's pretty stable at the moment.
Okay, nothing too crazy happening. Okay, time to put the tires into aggressive mode. Let's go. Move that back to balanced. Move that back to neutral. Yeah, I think, to be honest, we're probably going to end up finishing pretty close to... Ooh, that's a close run thing there. Come on.
Oh, I had his Magnuson.
Nice. There we go. Cruised past him. Amazing.
Plenty of opportunities.
Okay, keep pushing again. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't think that there is much chance that we are going to be able to catch up with whoever it is in front at number 13, but we can certainly do our best. We just need to keep an eye on the fuel situation, because we do not want to run out of fuel. I'm pretty happy with this, though. Apart from the fact that it shouldn't be Bottas that is behind. Apart from that, I think, quite frankly, we can be quite happy with everything. Tires are still looking good. Tires are looking good on both these individuals. Got 3 laps to go. It might start to wear and tear the tires down a little bit, but frankly, we're so darn close that I'm not even worried. Final lap. Literally, final lap. Oh, Bottas? Bottas? Yes, nice. Into 13th position there. Russell is... I don't even know where he is. He's right here. Okay, that's a heck of a long way to go. Honestly, and the fight for 13th place might not even necessarily be guaranteed.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
We got one last round to go. One last lap to go.
Yeah, looked quite a challenging race.
Yeah, indeed. Quite a challenging race indeed. Not a bad finish, but...
Make their way back to the pit lane, and there we've got Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, not a bad race, but also not great either. And bear in mind that our entire sort of funding philosophy is based on the fact that we perform well in races. We didn't do too good. Or in the constructors either. We didn't do too great. We're in 6th position there. I mean, it's not too bad, I suppose. It's one race out of dozens in the season, so I suppose you can't really complain altogether too much. 10th and 14th. Yeah. As I say, if Bottas, if we'd literally swapped, that wouldn't have been, well, it wouldn't have been perfect, but it's not too bad. We get a little bit of cheddar on the side for the contract that we'd signed, which is pretty darn great. But honestly, a pretty middling finish for us. Mentality hub, yeah, biggest issue is the drivers. Yeah, to be fair, my issues also with that race were with the drivers. But hey, look at that. We got another race coming up in whatever it is, a couple of days. What are we at the moment? The 3rd of March. We got another race coming up in like 4 days. That is, oof, that's something else. And then we've got an Australian Grand Prix. What, 3 weeks later. But hey, actually, ladies and gents, we're going to wrap it up right about now. This has been F1 Manager 2024. I can see myself sinking hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of my life into this game. Lots and lots of deep management, lots and lots of stats, lots and lots of tiny little tweaks that you can make to to completely change your fortunes in a race. I like it. I like it a lot. Definitely something that you should check out if you're interested in management games, and if you're interested in F1, obviously, as well, because it's all about racing, it's all about F1. Anyway, thank you ever so much to Frontier Developments for sponsoring this video. My name, of course, has been Orbital Potato. I'll catch you next time. Bye.